Why the hell am I wearing this top? Yes guys, the football is finally back on our screens starting from next week Wednesday. I cannot bloody wait, I'm bloody buzzing. Can't wait for these boys to get back playing next week Friday, winning football matches, and I cannot bloody wait. Let's get in today's video. What's going on guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video guys, yes guys, the football is finally back on our screens. I cannot wait, I'm absolutely buzzing. Cannot wait for Manchester United to get back going again. Football is back guys. In today's video I am going to be talking about how will Man United react when the Premier League returns. I'll get into that much later into this video, but not too yet. So I'm going to first off going back in time to say, like, you know, obviously with the COVID-19 and the coronavirus, the league got put on hold because of the coronavirus since pretty much March. No Premier League since March. Slowly but surely other leagues have come back in, like the Bundesliga, the Serie A is coming back, if I can get that right. Obviously there's been a few leagues that have wrapped up their seasons and abandoned it, gave PSG the title. Unfortunately, you know, the lower leagues in England, they're null and void in the season now, which is not what you want to see, but at least there's the Premier League's coming back. Obviously the reason why they're bringing back the Premier League is because of money, and Sky Sports need the money. A lot of teams have been struggling financially, you know, where players have had to take pay cuts and people have been on furlough as well. It's not been good. Obviously Manchester United lost about, I think, 20%, which is not good, because obviously Manchester United have a lot of money. United have lost money, but not only just United have lost money, teams in the Premier League have lost a lot of money due to, you know, like with the season tickets, they don't really have the money anymore. Not great. The football now resuming, which I'm proud to say, but obviously it's not going to go back to its normal with the fans in the stadiums now. Unfortunately, the games are going to be played behind closed doors, which we all know. It's glad that I'm back on the YouTube grind now. It's been ages. My last upload was like 4 or 5 weeks ago. I'm glad to be back doing this now. First off, start off by saying on the 29th of May that the Premier League announced that the football is resuming on the 19th of June. Obviously they had to give all 20 teams time to, you know, get back to full fitness, get the players back of playing, you know, 90 minutes football. The two games that have first taken place next week Wednesday are Man City versus Arsenal and Aston Villa versus Sheffield United. They are the games that are being played first. They're the games in hand that they're playing first, and then it all pretty much starts off. All the teams are kicking off next weekend. I'm buzzing, I can't wait. How am I feeling ahead of the restart? I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling buzzing, I'm feeling ready for the head of the restart. Cannot wait for the Premier League to get back going. Obviously the Bundesliga has been back now for a couple of weeks. I'm feeling great ahead of the restart. I cannot wait, I'm buzzing. I just want to watch my football now, and I think everyone wants to watch the football. It's not going to be as good with the crowd not there, but that's now down to the teams to create their own atmosphere now. And how do these players react? How are these players going to get back to winning football matches? Which teams are going to, you know, play really well behind closed doors, and which teams are just going to absolutely flop behind closed doors? Time will tell in that. We'll see. And that's why in today's video I'm going to be talking about how will Man United react when the Premier League returns. Man United's first game on the calendar ahead of the restart is obviously Tottenham away at Tottenham's new stadium. It will be the first time United are going to be playing at Tottenham's new ground as well. That is going to be played on Friday the 19th of June 2020, 8:15 p.m. kickoff in the UK. Obviously Saturday morning for me, 3:15 in the morning. Then all 20 teams have been training ahead of the restart. Every team needed around 4 weeks to get the players back fit, obviously. Obviously the United players have been staying fit, stuff that they've been needing to do. The coaches have been giving them programs and they've stuck to it, and they've been doing everything, you know, they've gone on Zoom and they've done this with the boys and stuff like that. With obviously United having some injuries as well, this brings back Marcus Rashford and Pogba as well, after suffering long-term injuries as well. So it's good to get them back, and we'll pretty much have a full fit squad. And I'm buzzing for that, because then we'll be a lot more stronger as a unit. Obviously it'll be the first time Pogba's going to be linking up with Bruno Fernandes, and I can't wait for that. A partnership, trio, or whatever you want to call it. I can't wait, you know. So every week the players, the coaching staff and the staff behind the scenes have been tested for the coronavirus week in, week out. So far, so good. None of our players have been contracted by the COVID-19. Things are looking good in our players on our behalf. We should be grateful that none of our players have been tested for it, not been tested positive. And then obviously when they announced training could come back, they weren't doing any contact training at all. Players were doing social distancing for a week, and then a week later all 20 teams were pretty much allowed to do contact training, and then they started doing like little groups and stuff like that with a few coaching staff on there. So not everyone was allowed out on the training pitches. So they were first doing like 3v3s, 5v5s, 7v7s, and then 11v11. So as the weeks have gradually come on, got everybody involved, and they've expanded and got every player involved. So as you guys may know, Odion Ighalo had a contract with Manchester United from January up to May 31st. There was a lot of talk of whether Odion Ighalo was going to stay or if he was going to go back to China. I really wanted Ighalo to stay, and I'm pleased on the 31st Odion Ighalo's his loan deal had expired. Talks were going well between United and China and his agent as well. Odion Ighalo, with him playing for his dream club, he's going to put that shirt on and he's going to play for pride, passion, heart, character. He's going to give it everything because it's his dream club. And then on the 2nd of June, Odion Ighalo extended his stay with Manchester United until next year, January, with the obligation to buy as well. So they're saying if United want to buy him, we've got to put in a bid for like 15 to 20 million for Odion Ighalo, which isn't much for a striker. Talking about the training now, I've seen the videos on YouTube. United look very sharp, mentally, physically as well. They stepped up the training, the intensity as well. United look very good as well. With my eyes, we're really pushing our boys. Ollie said, we're throwing out some new ideas out there. I'm looking forward to what these new ideas are. I'm looking forward to how we're going to react to start tearing teams apart again, like we did when we went on a really good run of form as well. So the training looks fantastic. The coaches have been really stepping up the training the last few weeks. United have been doing a few games, 45-minute games, which has been good to see, obviously, because you need that for the fitness. Players need to be match fit as well. United was supposed to be playing Stoke in a friendly yesterday, but unfortunately the game got cancelled last minute because Michael O'Neill, the Stoke's manager, got tested positive. It was cancelled. Now getting to the actual video itself, how will United react when the Premier League returns? Everyone may know now that Manchester United went on a great run of form just before the league had put to a hold and was put to a stop because of COVID-19, because players weren't allowed to play and stuff like that. And in that run of form, United were in tremendous form. United had won 8 games, drawn 3 and lost no games. And in those games, we had some tough oppositions, the likes of City as well. Everton gave us a good game, but we should have won that. And obviously we were battering teams as well, out of nowhere as well. So obviously before we went on this good run of form, United were so inconsistent as well. Are we going to see that inconsistency once again when the Premier League returns? I hope not, and I hope we don't go back to the usual Manchester United again. That's where we've got to get out of our comfort zone, playing football again, and don't get too carried away and take it one game at a time at the end of the day. When we had lost 2 games in a row, we lost to Liverpool on the weekend, and then we had a chance to get the confidence back up against Burnley. Lost both games, but then in 11 games we just went on fantastic run of form. We battered Tranmere Rovers 6-0 in the Carabao Cup. We beat City in the Carabao Cup 1-0. We drew to Wolves 0-0. We beat Chelsea 2-0. We drew to Club Brugge in the Europa League 1-1. We beat Watford 3-0. We beat Bruges 5-0. We drew to Everton 1-1. We beat Derby in an FA Cup game 3-0. We beat Man City in the Manchester Derby, and United did the double on them and we won that 2-0. And then to top it off, just before everything got stopped, before this whole thing had happened, United absolutely battered Lask in the Europa League first leg, and we beat them 5-0. That record was we won 8 games, we drew 3 and we lost no games. In those games, United had scored 29 goals and 2 goals were conceded. So we could see that United were improving as a team, as a unit, started to defend properly with the likes of Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, all in fantastic form. Brandon Williams, Luke Shaw, Eric Bailly coming back from injury as well. Everyone was just putting a shift in, and it was good to see that United have been getting back to winning ways, winning games, scoring 29 goals as well, and conceding 2 games in 11 games. That's very impressive as well. And that just goes to show that these players are willing to learn, obviously want to get better as a team as well. Getting ahead of when the football is returning, United have now 4 games at home and 5 away games as well. For United to get a chance into the top 4, we need to really beat Tottenham, Sheffield United and Leicester City. At the end of the day, let's call them the lesser teams. We should be beating the likes of Brighton, Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Southampton, Crystal Palace and West Ham, and we should win them due to the team that we have right now. I think with the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Odion Ighalo playing in that team that have changed the team since January, we could potentially be in the top 4. We could finish top 4 if we keep on winning games after winning games after winning games. It doesn't get boring. When United react now, when the Premier League returns, I do not want us to go back to old Manchester United. I do want these players not to start chilling on a beach, resting, thinking that this is nothing, with no crowd being there. We have got to create our own atmosphere. We have got to score goals, win games for fun. We're mentally, physically in a better place now. The players look sharp, they look ready to go, and we just got to press the restart button and let's go again. Let's carry on the way how we played just before this all happened. Let's get back to winning games, and I think these players will react the right way as Manchester United should be and should get back to winning games. It could go 2 ways. You know, we could go back to the old Manchester United where we were so inconsistent since the beginning of the season. The players will be all relaxed, no crowd, no fans there. The players won't be playing for the manager, or these players will react and start winning games and finish off what we started at the end of the day. Hopefully get a trophy or 2. The FA Cup's coming back as well, so it'll be good to top it off with a trophy as well to finish the season off. And United have a chance of getting the FA Cup and the Europa League as well. We don't know what's going to be happening with the Europa League 2 yet. Like I said, United will react 2 ways when it returns. We might go back to the inconsistency where we were poor, in dreadful form, we were in a bit of a relegation scrap, but I cannot see that with the team that we've got right now with Bruno Fernandes, Odion Ighalo, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Rashford, Pogba, all these players coming back fit, McTominay, Dan James. We've got the squad depth, and I'm looking forward to how these players are going to react. It could go 2 ways. We could go back to being inconsistent, not playing for the manager, no crowd being in the stadiums, or we're going to finish off what we started, get back to winning football matches as we were. And I think because United had played a game behind closed doors before the whole everything just got put to a stop, is because United played a game behind closed doors against Lask in the Europa League game, round of 16, first leg. Obviously we won that 5-0, and to win that 5-0 behind closed doors is very impressive. I was just expecting United to win that 2-3-0. I wasn't expecting United to get 5 goals past Lask, but that's how poor they were, especially with no fans there. But I think that will give our players confidence when the Premier League returns, and I think we'll get back to winning games. I cannot see us going back to that old consistency, playing shit football. I think that's how United are going to react when the Premier League returns. Cannot wait for the football to come back. Cannot wait for the boys to get back playing the football once again. And I am buzzing for the Premier League to restart. Yes, guys, I cannot wait. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you guys in a video in the next couple of days. And peace.